Unfortunately, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that there is some major division going on in the United States right now. And it really draws me back to the Reformation period when Luther split away from the Catholic Church and ended up founding something that a lot of other people resonated with and found truth in and decided would be a better path to follow. So within that, we have to look at, as a society, I just read that California is looking at becoming its own nation, that it has a higher population than Poland, its economy is stronger than France's, all these things. And when Obama was president, Texas was talking about splitting from the states. So this is kind of an ongoing deal where we have this internal civil war that's going on, where we have this American spirit that's understood in two different concepts. Are we one nation under God, or are we just one nation? And my fiance and I attended a marriage seminar this weekend. It's a joy-filled marriage, and just kind of learned a lot about people's personal experiences and what it really looks like to overcome conflict resolution and all of these different aspects of what it takes in a marriage, which is taking two different people with two different backgrounds and merging them into one life that's going to be under one roof. So obviously, when we look at these two different perspectives that are going on, if I genuinely thought that Trump was a sexist, just terrible homophobe and racist and all these things, I probably wouldn't be able to defend him as much as I probably do. We have to be looking for common ground, right? Trump wants to get rid of Common Core. That's something that I think a lot of people can agree on. And so when we look at Clinton, it's okay, do we want corrupt policies or do we want a corrupt demeanor? Neither candidate was fully defendable. And now we have these riots in the streets. We have people, just all this violence that's happening, and people are blaming Trump. And what that boils down to is when we look at the Catholic Church and we see what doctrine teaches. Doctrine does not agree with gay marriage. Doctrine does not believe in the ordination of women as priests. However, you still see certain people still trying to ordain women. They still see, particular priests saying that gay marriage is okay. But at the end of the day, the doctrine is not what teaches it. The Catholic Church does not actually teach those particular acts, just as Trump himself does not endorse and promote these riots. He's not saying, oh yeah, this is great, or anything of that nature. And we are one nation under God right now, and if a split is what's needed, then it's what's needed. It happened in the Catholic Church. It happened, civilizations, average civilization age is 200 years, and we're at 238. So, Christ had to carry his cross. And that cross was imposed on him. He dropped it. He had to carry it all the way to the hill. And when I look at myself and the cross that I have to carry and anything that encounters me in life, whether it be through my relationship with Alec, my fiance, or if it's an illness or whatever it is, and now I have this blog where, okay, yeah, I'm getting married. If something goes wrong there or I end up getting divorced, my life is an open book to whoever that wants to watch. And part of that is very intimidating. But at the same time, I'm not going to make decisions in my own life that, well, maybe, to an extent, maybe it encourages me to make the right choices. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it's my decision on what I'm going to do. And I do my best to remain transparent to all of my viewers and to the general public with what's going on in my life. I'm far from perfect. So, and I think a lot of us are. And when we start rioting against Trump, we're really rioting against, it just came out that Trump actually did win the popular vote and he is winning the Electoral College. But maybe a split is what it's time for. Our civilization it's about time that it doesn't continue to last, unfortunately. But when we have two such polar mindsets in how the country should be run, whether, abortion should be legal, which is the killing of a baby, or if we should not allow gay marriage, or if we, all these different aspects of life that are just, it boggles minds. I know that these two extreme viewpoints can be taken, but at the end of the day, they're there. Experiences culminate into what's going on. And the best that we can do is, we look at the Protestant church and there's all this division, whereas in the Catholic church, it's like, okay, this is what doctrine teaches and this is the final say. Like, regardless of what another Catholic would say, it's like, well, this is the final say for doctrine. If we see this split, like if California ends up splitting off, I have a feeling that we're going to, it would be interesting to see. I guess I won't even make a prediction on it, but it would be interesting to see like crime rates and divorce rates and like how the mental well-being of the people that are in that country are, and then, the economic success that they may have. Like all of those things, it would be intriguing to see like how that goes. So maybe it needs to go past California, maybe like just that whole west side there. I mean, include Nevada, like Las Vegas can go. I wouldn't want to pay tax dollars, but sending stuff back to the states is ultimately what the Constitution stands for. It says each state is, liable for its own laws, and certain things are federally regulated, but at the same time, federal dictation is not the country that we signed up for. Like, that's not the country that we live in. We live in a democracy, and as an American person who did cast a vote, both in primaries and neither of the candidates that made it to the election were who I voted for in the primaries, but nonetheless, still voted and voiced my opinion and ended up choosing the lesser of two evils, but also who I believed in the fact that, I believe in the policies, and I believe in getting rid of Common Core, and I believe in all of these different things that end up coming forward outside of the corrupted 11-year-ago statement and all these different things. So I just pray for the country. I mean, for the last however long Obama has been in office, I've had a Pray for Obama sticker on the back of my truck, and that hasn't stopped. And now, trust me, a Pray for Trump sticker will be going on there as well. And I have had a lot of people ask, well, which way does that mean? Like, does that mean, oh, pray for Obama, we're all doomed? Or is it like, pray for Obama, he's doing the right thing? Like, it's very open to interpretation, but at the same time, no matter who we are and where we're from, we need to be praying for the leaders of our country. I mean, pray for Clinton. We are all available for conversion, and God, the Holy Spirit can work overnight. Like, yeah, it takes a while to prove that he's actually worked, but he can work in very dramatic and dynamic ways. So continuing to bear that in mind, continuing to show support for our country and for our fellow American, this violence has got to stop. Nobody approves of it. It's not good. It's not holy. It's not wholesome. And the best thing we can do is just speak up when we see something go wrong, and just reach out to those that we know may be hurting, and allow that safe space, allow that judgment-free zone to encompass the space around you, and just like let people feel like they are safe around you no matter what they are. Because I say that not in a objectifying way, but just in a way that like whatever it is that they stand for, like allow people to be them, and we will see growth. I mean, however this ends up turning out, I just pray that that unity can still be reached, and even with the division of with the reformation of the Protestant Catholic deal, unity is still possible. It's not the end of the day. The world hasn't ended yet, so we still have some time, and I just want to continue to pray for all of you, and please definitely keep me and my fiance in your prayers as well as we journey toward marriage on New Year's Eve, and just continue to let the light of God shine through you, and allow his transforming power to work in your lives. And I promise you will see dramatic results happen. So God bless you. God bless America. And we will see you again next week, Sunday.